How do I give my all to God and let go of every distraction? First, I have to define what a distraction is. A distraction is anything that comes before something more important. So you have to look at your list of priorities and ask yourself, is God number one? The goal for us to give our all to God and to eliminate all unnecessary distraction is to make God number one in our life and to put God in the center of everything in life. Now, what does that mean? God must be number one. I cannot love my wife more than God. I can't love myself more than God. I can't love my ministry more than God, because things fall apart. When God's in his rightful place as number one, then you begin to know how to love yourself. Then you know how to see how things should be ordered in your life. And when you begin to organize your life by giving your life over to God and allow him to order your steps, then your priority list will be organized, right? Then you will begin to see what distractions are. So here's my list of priorities. Number one is God. I minister to God first. And in ministering to God, after I minister to him, I minister to myself. Because if I don't minister to God and I don't minister to myself, I won't be able to minister to my family. And then after I minister to my family, now I have what I need to minister to others. But if I put others before my wife, the list is all messed up. If I put my wife over God, I'm all messed up. If I put myself over God, all is messed up. But we have to be people that's willing to allow God in every area of our lives. We have to allow God in our ministry. We have to allow God in our entrepreneurial endeavors. We have to allow him to be at the center, not at the circumference, but at the center of your marriage, the center of your life, the center of yourself, the center of your ministry, your business. If not, then God cannot revolve around your ministry. He cannot be in orbit. We are in orbit. Everything must be in orbit of him. Because when everything is in orbit of him, if everything is surrounding him, then everything will stay intact. Right? So you have to ask yourself, what areas in your life have you not allowed God to be Lord of? Not just Savior of. We love Christ as Savior, but we don't like him as Lord. Oh, everybody talks about I'm saved by Christ and I'm saved from hell, but nobody wants to make him Lord over their life. You got to say, God is Lord over my life. God is Lord over my ministry. God is Lord over my business. God is Lord over my actions. God is Lord over everything. And when you make him Lord, he'll lead you, and then you will see distractions for what they are, because your life has become ordered. So what I want you to do, my friend, I want you to write down your priorities as is. And I want you to write down another sheet of paper, your priorities as they should be, and then make the adjustments. And then say, okay, what areas of my life am I not allowing God to be Lord of? And in that, you will kind of see, okay, this is where the distractions come in. And you also got to ask yourself, why do I put so much value in this thing right here? For it to be more valuable than what God sees value. Because when you see valuation of God, you'll see your value. And when you begin to see your value, you'll begin to see the value of the things how God has put on the price tag of. See, the world defines family as low value. Society don't see family as value. Society sees work as value in certain countries, certain places. Sees work as value. So people will say, well, this is the value of work, and then here's the value of family. No. Value is not always equal when it comes to heaven and earth. What earth sees as value may not be what God sees as value. So you got to check your value system and say, okay, why do I see this more valuable than what God sees this as valuable? Then you'll put them in order, because the more you begin to see your value with God and he's the center of everything, then you'll be like, family is more valuable than work. And then you'll select a job that doesn't interfere with your family, or you'll allow God to select a job that won't contradict your values for your family. So go to God, find out what he values and why he values them, and then put them things in order. And then anything that tries to creep and try to break the order, you got to assess why that. You got to assess your heart towards that and deal with that immediately, because your destiny is important. There's people waiting for you to show up on your stage. Get to your stage, my friend, by making sure your knees is always before God, seeking him. Hope they help.